The Brazilian Grand Prix is go. Prost gets away. There was a very quick start at the back, but leading into the first corner, it's Alain Prost, and Ayrton Senna goes through on the inside.
A good start by Senna, but Hill, quite rightly, taking it very cautiously. And I think Senna will leave his braking very, very late. Hill can dominate the corner from there, and Hill has done it.
Ayrton Senna has been penalised. He's been shown the black flag. He's been told to come in for a mandatory 10-second stop. And meantime, of course, he's really up against it now, because Schumacher has gone through up into third position behind Damon Hill in second place. Alain Prost, the race leader.
And the rain is really coming down, and Senna is still charging on. And it's wet, much wetter here than around the rest of the circuit. And that, of course, is why people, but Senna is coming in now. Is he going to put on wets, or is he going to put on more slicks? Because whilst there is cloud about and wet tyres for Ayrton Senna, with the safety car out, Senna will be able to stay on. And now the rules, and people sliding all over the place here. The track absolutely awash, and the cars literally float on these tyres, and that's going to be a bang. That was the Prost incident. That was a replay of Alain Prost.
And into the pits comes the safety car. The Brazilian Grand Prix restarts on lap 38, and it's all one race. And Damon Hill sprints away over the line into the 38th lap in this 71-lap race. The course is wet. Hill is on wet. Senna is right up behind him. He's got ahead of Warwick. And Senna is challenging for the lead. And Senna leads. Senna uses all his superior experience and takes the lead in the Brazilian Grand Prix from Damon Hill.
Senna now is, without doubt, driving an inspired race. He's got tremendous incentive in front of his home crowd, not just his home country of Brazil, but his hometown of Sao Paulo. And being in the lead of this will be worth 20 of that 50 or 60 horsepower deficit that he's got on the Williams Renault.
And Ayrton Senna, to the delirious delight of his countrymen, wins in Brazil. And the start of the 76th lap, European Grand Prix. Prost gets away well, so does Hill, so does Schumacher. And Wendlinger is coming up well. Senna is crowded out and is down to 5th position, and Wendlinger is up into 3rd place ahead of Schumacher. Brilliant start by the Austrian driver in the black Sauber. Prost leads, Hill 2nd, Wendlinger is 3rd, and Ayrton Senna is up to 4th position ahead of Schumacher and challenging Wendlinger as they go round the right-hander into the old hairpin. Senna is up to 3rd.
And after being crowded at the start, a quite brilliant couple of corners by Ayrton Senna. Tremendous stuff. He muscled his way back into the contention at Redgate. He's going inside Damon Hill. And Senna into 2nd place already. And he's giving it absolutely everything in the wet part of the race.
So now, as before, the two great rivals, and that's Andretti. He's done it again on the very first lap. Mario Andretti is out, as he was in Brazil, as he almost was in South Africa. 3 Grand Prix, and he has only done 3 full laps. And so out is Wendlinger. So 2 retirements already. Michael Andretti and Carl Wendlinger, and Senna goes through into the lead. He's passed Alain Prost, so the McLaren leads. Prost 2nd, Hill is 3rd, a tremendous gap between the 3rd and 4th cars.
Yes, and that must be caused by the Andretti and Wendlinger incident. We would assume that they may have had a coming together. We'll try and find out. Senna going away, but I expect that Damon Hill will be looking for a way past his team leader Alain Prost, who doesn't like the wet and won't be in a hurry. Senna, you see, on opposite block there out of Redgate, sliding his car.
But Ayrton Senna, at the end of the 2nd lap, had a 4-second lead over Alain Prost, with the fastest lap so far, 1 minute 27.8. This is an astounding performance by the Brazilian. It's a demonstration, too, of the fact that the horsepower disadvantage that he has. Look at the gap.
Yes, and the point is that Senna is really showing his genius, because the Williams is just as much
a better car than all the others in the wet as it is in the dry, and the lead that Senna has built up is pure Senna.
So here is Ayrton Senna across the line, and it is victory for the Brazilian for the 38th time. The conditions may have deteriorated, but it was in conditions like this that Ayrton Senna won his first Grand Prix.
And a really masterly race from Ayrton Senna. He won that entirely by his own individual brilliance and the timing of the stops, his master tactical things.
Away they go. Minimum wheel spin with traction control. Prost leads away. Damon Hill comes right up alongside him. Damon Hill is challenging, but he's at left-hand corner, and Prost should get through before they come up to the right-handed Villeneuve bend. Senna is already up into second position. Race order: Damon Hill leading. In second position, Ayrton Senna. Third is Prost. Fourth is Schumacher, and we're with Prost now as he tries to catch and pass the McLaren Ford of Ayrton Senna ahead of him. Now, this is great stuff, because Prost is alleged not to like the wet. He says he doesn't mind it when it's damp, and it's damp rather than wet now.
Look at this, look at that. I mean, that either Senna's in problem then. I mean, he must have missed a gear or something, but I mean, just to be able to pass him up in that short space like that, you know, as I said, he's enjoying about 70 horsepower more.
Here's Ayrton Senna in the pits for the tyre stop. Now, this is absolutely crucial. They've got to do a really quick one and get Senna moving on those dries. And Yes, well, Senna's first flying that, and he's got past Prost. Now, Damon Hill out of the pits, and Senna hasn't been by yet.
Yes, he has. He's just this moment blasted past the window, and by my reckoning, because he disappeared when the bricks are, he has gone into the lead as Hill. There he is. There is Ayrton Senna, and behind him, no, Damon Hill leads. Senna second. Prost right up behind them in third position. This is really riveting stuff. Round the left-hander.
Senna immediately overtook Hill for second, signalling his displeasure with a wave of derision.
Prost was ducking out, and what's happened? And it is Prost leading. Prost, as they both got past Damon Hill, Senna second, and Prost took advantage of that very well. It's like Senna out of the race, only surviving McLaren, and again, all the wheels are on the car, so it looks as if he's had some sort of mechanical failure.
And it changes to green. Who has the best start? It is Ayrton Senna. Senna takes the lead from Alain Prost.
Alain Prost is starting to whittle down the lead that Ayrton Senna has over him. It was 1.8 seconds. It's now 1.5.
And Ayrton Senna now the first of the two McLarens in. And this is a very early stop for the McLaren team. Prost, of course, now in the lead.
But let's see what Alain Prost can do. Now he's got a clear road ahead of him.
Well, at the minute, I would say Williams are looking at just doing one pit stop. But McLaren, I think, are going to gamble on two. And I think that they feel that that's the only way they can run at a pace that is hard enough to push Prost and hopefully push Prost into a second stop. And the rain falling heavily, you can see now all around the circuit umbrellas going up, and you can see clearly. So now Ayrton Senna has taken the lead from Alain Prost, and really not any surprise to me. And Senna gingerly making his way into the pits. Very easy to overshoot, just lock up a brake. Wet tyres on for Senna.
Ayrton Senna now 27 seconds ahead of these two being Alain Prost, there he is, and Mika Hakkinen.
One more chicane to go. He is very happy with this victory indeed. Very happy Ayrton Senna scoring his 40th Grand Prix victory.